Everyone is watching the loud markets, but I am watching the quiet ones. Florida gets the headlines, Texas gets the migration story, Arizona gets the price cut drama, and California gets the panic. But when I look at the next 2 to 3 months, I do not think the safest buyer story is in the loudest places. I think it is hiding in Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Arkansas. Why? Because the national market is still expensive. The 30-year mortgage rate is sitting around 6.49%, and buyers are not only shopping for a house anymore, they are shopping for survival after the payment. As the old saying goes, a calm sea never made a skilled sailor. The real question is not, where a house is cheap? That is beginner thinking. The real question is, where can a middle-class family buy and still breathe after closing? I have seen this mistake again and again. People fall in love with the listing price, then the monthly payment tells the truth. A house is not just principal and interest. It is property tax, insurance, repairs, utilities, flood risk, and the emergency fund that must survive. That is why these 5 states matter. Ohio and Indiana are not perfect, but they start closer to middle-class math. Pennsylvania gives balance. West Virginia gives payment relief. Arkansas gives time. In real estate, the cheapest house is not always the safest house. Here is my read for the next 2 to 3 months. Buyers will keep coming back slowly, but they will not come back blindly. Existing home sales improved in May, but new home sales also weakened, and that tells me the market is still fighting itself. One side says activity is returning, the other side says payment pressure is still winning. So I expect more selective buyers, more negotiation, and more attention on states where the numbers still make sense. Ohio may keep attracting practical buyers. Indiana can benefit from jobs and price. Pennsylvania will appeal to people who want balance. West Virginia and Arkansas will attract buyers who need breathing room. But they must check jobs, insurance, repairs, and water risk. When I look at Ohio, I do not see a dead market. I see a working market that still has oxygen. Redfin shows Ohio's May median sale price around $274,000, with homes sold up 8.5% and homes for sale up 8.6%. That combination matters. In my view, the next 2 or 3 months will not bring a buyer stampede, but Ohio can keep pulling practical families who are tired of fantasy prices. Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Dayton, and Toledo give different levels of affordability. The proverb here is simple: do not judge the water by the noise on the surface. Ohio is quiet, but the numbers are speaking. This is where I want buyers to slow down. A state is not safe because the house is cheap. A state is safer when 6 things work together: price, wage, property tax, insurance, inventory, and risk. I call this the breathing room formula. Price opens the door. Wages decide whether you can stay inside. Taxes and insurance decide whether the payment grows teeth. Inventory decides whether you can negotiate. Risk decides whether the house becomes a hidden liability. With mortgage rates still around 6.49%, I think buyers will become more disciplined in the next few months. The market will not reward emotion. It will reward people who test the full payment before falling in love. Indiana is interesting because it does not feel like a bargain bin market. It feels like a state where normal people still have a path. Redfin shows Indiana's May median sale price around $280,000. Homes sold up 8.2%, homes for sale up 5.7%, and median days on market around 36 days. That tells me demand exists, but the price is not completely detached from middle-class income. In the next 2 or 3 months, I think clean homes in good Indiana locations will still move quickly, but buyers will stay careful. As I always say, affordability without jobs is a trap. Indiana's strength is that it still has working market energy. This is the psychological part of real estate. Some states sell a dream before they sell a house. Florida sells sunshine. Arizona sells space. Texas sells growth. California sells status. Washington sells income. But dreams become dangerous when the monthly payment becomes a prison. That is why I keep coming back to Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Arkansas. These states are not perfect, but they are selling something more useful right now: breathing room. Insurance.com shows the national average home insurance cost around $2,543 per year, while Florida averages $7,136. That is the difference between a pretty headline and a painful monthly reality. Pennsylvania is not my cheapest pick, but it may be one of the most balanced. Redfin shows Pennsylvania's May median sale price around $318,000, homes for sale up 6.8%, and median days on market around 36 days. That tells me something important. Pennsylvania is not frozen, but it is not pure madness either. Pittsburgh can give buyers a lower entry point. Harrisburg, Lancaster, Erie, and outer Philadelphia areas all tell different stories. My next 2 to 3 month view is simple. Pennsylvania will keep attracting buyers who want affordability without giving up job access. Sometimes the best deal is not the lowest price. Sometimes the best deal is the market that gives you balance. After 20 years around buyers, I can tell you one thing: the bank approval is not the victory. The real test begins when insurance, taxes, and repairs enter the room. A buyer may qualify for the mortgage, but still lose breathing room because insurance quietly raises the monthly payment. That is why I like these 5 states more than the louder markets. They are not free from risk, but they give the buyer more space to absorb hidden costs. The Insurance Information Institute says property damage made up 97.3% of homeowners' insurance claims in 2023. So I do not ask only, can you buy the house? I ask, can you survive what the house may demand? West Virginia is not a hype market, and that is exactly why I pay attention to it. In my experience, the safest buyer is not the one chasing appreciation, it is the one protecting the monthly carrying cost. Kiplinger's affordability ranking puts West Virginia at the top, with a median property tax bill of about $865 and a cost of living index of 89.5. That matters because a low mortgage payment can still be destroyed by high taxes, insurance, and daily living costs. For the next few months, I think West Virginia will remain attractive to remote workers, retirees, and practical buyers, but only where job income is stable. Cheap without income is not safety. Now let me say something most buyers ignore. Water is one of the oldest enemies in real estate. I have seen beautiful houses lose value because of one wet basement, one bad drainage slope, or one ignored creek behind the property. That is why Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Arkansas must be judged street by street, not only state by state. The USGS National Water Dashboard gives real-time river level and water data, and USG says it has more than 13,500 real-time monitoring locations. So before I call a house safe, I check flood maps, local stream gauges, basement smell, gutter direction, and drainage history. Water does not negotiate after closing. Arkansas interests me because time is power in real estate. A panicked buyer makes emotional offers. A buyer with time checks the roof, negotiates the repair, studies the insurance quote, and walks away when the math smells wrong. Realtor.com's first-time buyer ranking placed North Little Rock, Arkansas, among its top 10 first-time buyer markets for 2026, using affordability, availability, amenities, economic health, and local housing strength as key filters. That tells me Arkansas is not just a cheap-looking state, it has pockets where the first-time buyer still has a working chance. My warning is simple: do not buy rural beauty without checking insurance, storm exposure, job access, hospitals, and resale demand. This is where buyers must become mature. People love status markets because they make them feel successful before they even own the house. But a famous zip code does not pay your bills. Bank of America's recent survey showed 53% of consumers prefer buying over renting or living with family, but 71% are still waiting for better affordability. That tells me buyers still want the dream, but they are scared of the payment. So I would rather manage a buyer toward Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, or Arkansas than push them into a fashionable market where the numbers are already wounded. In real estate, pride is expensive. Breathing room is wealth. After 20 years of watching buyers, I can tell you the biggest danger is not always the mortgage. It is the repair that comes after the excitement is gone. A roof, furnace, water heater, basement leak, or electrical problem can turn a cheap home into a financial wound. This is why I like lower entry states like Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Arkansas. The buyer is not only saving on the purchase price, the buyer may also protect a repair reserve. Angie reported average home maintenance spending around $2,041, and emergency repair spending around $1,143. My rule is simple: never buy a house that leaves you too poor to fix it. A house is not safe because the price is low. A house is safe when the income underneath it is steady. This is where I look like a manager, not a dream seller. Indiana's unemployment rate was around 3.3% in May. Ohio was around 3.7%, Pennsylvania and Arkansas were around 4.2%, and West Virginia was around 4.3%. That tells me something important. These are not all dead economies. Some are slower, some are stronger, but they still give buyers a job anchor. Human beings feel safe when the payment is predictable. The brain does not relax because the house is pretty. It relaxes when income can carry the obligation. One thing I always watch is where first-time buyers still have a door open. Realtor.com's 2026 first-time buyer market list included places like Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, North Little Rock, Arkansas, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Garfield Heights, Ohio. That is not random. It tells me the affordability map is shifting away from famous coastal dreams and toward practical middle-class entry points. I am not saying every street is good, I am saying the evidence is pointing toward markets where the first home still has a mathematical chance. In psychology, people chase what looks successful. In real estate, I prefer what works quietly. The first home should build confidence, not create panic. The human brain makes bad decisions under pressure. When buyers feel rushed, they skip inspections, ignore repairs, overbid, and call fear confidence. That is why I look at competition, not only price. Nationally, Redfin shows about 24.9% of homes sold above list price in May. But Indiana was around 18.2%, Arkansas was around 12.3%, and West Virginia was around 21.2%. That gives buyers more room to think. Ohio and Pennsylvania were more competitive, but that also proves demand is real. My expert view is this: the best market is not always the slowest market. It is the market where demand exists, but buyers still have discipline. Here is the final reason I believe these 5 states deserve attention. Using a 6.49% 30-year rate, 20% down, and principal and interest only, the national existing home median creates a payment around $2,169. But the median price payment estimate is around $1,384 in Ohio, $1,415 in Indiana, $1,611 in Pennsylvania, $1,346 in West Virginia, and $1,404 in Arkansas. That difference is not small. It is food, savings, repairs, childcare, gasoline, and sleep. A famous market can give you pride. These states may give you margin.